Hey guys, it's Sarah and welcome back to my channel. Make sure to subscribe for new videos every Tuesday and Friday. So you probably remember my last video was talking about the academic and school life that is FIT. So now, as I promised, I'm going to talk about what it's like dorming and living on campus. So I'm going to try to keep this one brief because I know the last one was a bit long, so if you want to hear about what it's like to live at the Fashion Institute of Technology, just keep on watching. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is finding, picking, and living with a roommate. Living with a roommate is and can be very hard. I'm not saying that everybody is gonna have a really tough time living with a roommate, but it was different for me because I'd never shared a room, and my roommate and I were very different first semester, so we did not get along at all. But before I get into that, I'm going to tell you how everybody at FIT finds their roommates. Once you are accepted, you will end up posting a little profile in the Facebook group, kind of talking about your major, what you'd like to do, your favorite kind of music, where you're from, and all that really fun stuff, so you can try to find somebody who's really compatible with you and that you think you can live with for the next year, maybe even the next 4 years while you're there. So that's really how it works. You'll get some people messaging you, you'll message some people that look interesting, and then in the end you'll pick the person that you think you want to room with. If you don't want to go through that whole process, you can let FIT do its thing. I don't know anybody that did a random roommate, but I've heard that they're decent at it. It's not like magical, but they're decent at it, so I wouldn't worry too much. But then if you are concerned over who you're rooming with, I would say go on Facebook and pick them. So then going on to living with a roommate, it's really different depending on what kind of dorm you have. If you have a Nagler traditional, you don't really see your roommate too often, so it's completely fine for you to not really get along too much. But for a co-ed traditional, you are with them 24/7. There's no separation, and that leads to another point that there's no real privacy living in a dorm. You are sharing a room with somebody, you live on a floor with about 32 other girls, sometimes more. I think Nagler has like 50 girls on each floor. So it's hard to have privacy. So living with a roommate, there is compromise. You're having to deal with a completely different person who has a different living situation than you do. So you have to get used to each other's sleep schedule. Sometimes I'll go to sleep earlier than she does, and vice versa. Sometimes I don't have class the next day, and sometimes she has an 8 a.m. class. So it's really about compromise and learning to mesh with each other's schedules. And if you don't get along with your roommate, don't be afraid to speak up. Don't be afraid to tell your RA. And at the end of the semester, talk to them and see what's going on. See if you can have different living situations for the next semester or the next year if it took you that long to figure it out. My roommate and I did not get along at all the first semester. So she ended up moving to her friend's dorm, and then I found my new roommate, which we get along really well now. So don't be afraid to speak up if you have a terrible roommate living situation. Other people are going through it too, so I understand. Keeping on the kind of traditional style rooms, I'm going to talk about the communal bathrooms. But before I really get into that, I'm going to talk to you about the 3 different types of rooms that are at FIT. There are 3 halls. There's alumni, Nagler, and co-ed. Alumni is all apartments. They're all quad apartments, so there's 4 people per dorm. Nagler is an all-girl dorm, and it's all traditionals with some apartments scattered throughout. And Nagler is the one that they will show you on the tours. It kind of has the big divider in the middle, which kind of reminds me of a jail cell. But if you have the window side, it's fantastic. It's bright, it's nice and private. But if you have the door side, like my roommate did, she was not happy with her old room. Then if you have the traditional in co-ed, it's just the 2 beds next to each other, you have an open space, and then the top 5 floors of co-ed are apartments. So every even floor is all girls and every odd floor is co-ed, because we don't really have enough boys to have a floor or a dorm of all boys. But if you are in a traditional style room, there will be a communal bathroom on your floor. And for me, I don't think it's that bad because our bathrooms were just redone. So if you're on floor 1 through 5 of co-ed, you have really nice bathrooms. They're kind of like hotel bathrooms. Everything's automated, flushing. The sinks are all automated, so I find myself like putting my hands in the sink just waiting for it to turn on before I realize that I actually have to use it, like turn it. Our showers are nice. There's a little room and then the shower, so it's not just like being terrified that somebody's gonna pull the curtain when you're showering. There is privacy in the shower, so don't worry about that. On each floor is also a trash chute, so you can just throw your garbage right down there. They suggest small garbage bags, but sometimes I'm too lazy and just throw all my stuff down. But also, if you're given a traditional room or if you pick it, you are required to have a meal plan because you don't have your own kitchen. They want to know that you're getting some sustenance. So you are required to have a meal plan, but they don't specify what type of meal plan you have to get. There are 3 choices, or technically 4 choices. There is the 9 meals per week, 14 meals, or 19 meals per week, or there's declining balance, where your parents will just load money on, or you load money on, and it's like a debit card. But I do the 14 meals a week because I generally don't eat breakfast. I have like a little granola bar and then I'm out the door. So I just have 2 meals a day, and that's perfectly fine for me. But you can do the 19 meals a week, which is 3 meals a day besides the weekends where they only do brunch and dinner, so that takes care of that right there. But if you do have an apartment, you do not have to get a meal plan, but you can if you want to. Like, I'd probably still get at least a declining balance or 9 meals a week if I forgot to go grocery shopping or if I was just really lazy. Personally, I don't think the dining hall is that bad. Mostly I've heard that it got a lot better from last year, so came at the right time. But we have a bunch of different stations. There's the deli station where you can basically make your own sandwich like at Subway. There's the global station where they have different foods every day. Sometimes it's discovering Italy and we have a ton of pasta. Sometimes it's discovering Japan and they have all sorts of like Japanese food, or China and they have some really nice stir fries. We also have the home station, which is basically home cooking. One day they had like a turkey with stuffing, mashed potatoes, and all that stuff. It's like home cooking, like coming home to your mom and having her cook you a nice dinner. We also have pizza, sushi, the grill, which you can get your cheeseburgers, grilled chicken, steak and cheese. That's also where they do the omelet bar in the morning. So it's really not that bad if you really figure out how you want to like work your meals. We also have the salad bar. So I like to switch things up so it's not really monotonous, but I have some friends that will get the same thing every time and then just complain that the dining hall doesn't have variety. But it's up to you to create your own variety. If you're getting the same thing every day, don't complain that the dining hall sucks. It's just that one thing that you're getting that you're tired of now. But even if you are at a traditional style, you can still cook in the dorms. We have a communal kitchen in the basement with 2 fridges, a stove, oven, all that fun stuff. There's 3 microwaves down there. So you can still cook, but you just can't really keep it in your room if you don't have an apartment. I'm not technically supposed to have my Keurig, but I have it anyway, so shh, it's fine. But you'll find that a lot of people do that. Just make sure to keep it safe and away when they do room checks. Not really condoning anything, but you do you. And I think the last thing I really have to talk about is the laundry situation. I know that when I came to FIT, I had no idea how to do my own laundry, and now I'm really meticulous about doing my own laundry. We have, in co-ed, there is a basement laundry room which has about 20 washers and 20 dryers, so it's really nice. There's a lot of room. And just good because I use about like 2 washers every time, but the dryers are pretty much industrial sized, so they're really nice. In Alumni and Nagler, they only have a washer and a dryer per floor, so you have to basically wait until that room is open, where in co-ed you can just go to the basement and there's bound to be an open one down there. So I like that. You end up with a laundry card. It only takes cash, so just remember that now. You load cash onto it and then you stick it in the machine, choose which cycle you want, pull it out, and it takes the money off. It's about $1.25 per machine. So like I use 2 washers, it's $1.25 each, and then the dryer is another $1.25. So I go through $3.75 each time I do my laundry, which is about every 2 weeks. So that's not bad at all. But make sure to get Tide Pods because I was really bad at measuring and it takes a lot of that time away. Just throw the pod in and you're done. And also get color catchers. If you're really bad at separating your laundry like me, you don't have to worry about it. It catches any colors that run, so you don't have to worry about getting stains and like mixing and destroying your clothes. Make sure to air dry anything that says to air dry. I have ruined too many shirts to count, and I wish I just listened to the directions. But you can also get a bra bag for your bras for the laundry, and it works wonders. It makes my life so much easier when I have to do my laundry. But also make sure to get dryer sheets, all that stuff, all the basic stuff. Your parents can help you out if you don't do your own laundry already. But that's really all I have to talk about laundry. It's not a very exciting subject, but doing my own laundry made me want to do my own laundry all the time, just because I get very particular about the way I do things. So I'm pretty sure that's everything I have to say about living on campus at FIT. So if you have any more questions, make sure to leave them in the comments down below, but also make sure to give the video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it, if you found it helpful at all. Also let me know if you're planning on going to FIT or what hall you want to live in. And if you have any more questions about the setup that is a co-ed traditional room, make sure to watch my dorm tour. It'll give you a lot more information. And as always, make sure to subscribe. It would help me out so much, and you'll see new videos every Tuesday and Friday. So thank you guys again for watching. I love you, and I'll see you next time.